attached to that, still in question number 1, what beliefs or which beliefs will you need to transform in order to learn that lesson or lessons? So first, by lesson, for example, is to let go, or to not to give so much importance to what other people think of me. And so the belief I will have to change is that my self-worth is dependent on other people's opinion of me. The lesson is to not give so much attention. The belief is that my self-worth or my security depends on what others think of me. That I don't have a very clear vision of myself. I don't have a very stable vision or image, self-image, and thus I'm looking to others in order to try to verify my self-worth or my sense of security. We gave you a list of situations and lessons. I hope that you have looked through that list to see which lessons may correspond with the lessons you're learning at this part of your life, so that we can go on with this work. The second question is concerning the written affirmations that you did this week. From your analysis concerning your answers to your written affirmations, as well as your self-analysis in general until now, which do you believe are the main beliefs which are causing your negative feelings, perhaps undermining your sense of security and self-worth or your sense of freedom? This reminds me of a young man which was in yesterday's group, in the small group that I was working with, and he feels tremendous anger when someone tries to change him. When someone points out to him that he's doing something in a wrong way and would like him to function in a different way. And in trying to discover why so much anger, because this anger is obviously a result of some fear. And the fear is that the other will be able to control me. And when we looked into it, we saw that it was a direct function of over-control by his mother as a child, in which he felt his freedom very much limited, because she wanted him all to be very clean and tidy, and he wanted to play and go outside and get dirty. And he felt very limited as a child. And so now anytime anyone tries to tell him how he should be, this triggers all of this suffering, all of this feeling of limitation, and he feels in danger and becomes very angry. And so it's not just our self-worth or our security which is in danger sometimes, but it's also our freedom. It's another basic point in which people lose their sense of peace. So I would like to take a little bit of time, or give you a little bit of time, to look at your written affirmations, and looking at your answers, try to see one or two, or at the most 3, basic beliefs which are behind those various situations in which you lose your sense of self-love or acceptance, or your sense of security and safety. You want to find one or two main causal or core beliefs, so that we can go on and see what we're going to do from here on. So I'd like to give you about 5 minutes to look at that. And just write down 1 or 2 or 3 at the most core beliefs which are causing you to lose your sense of security and peace. We can close the video and the tape recorders. Continue, and then we will return to the writing. Okay. Now you have found a few beliefs based on 2 stimuli. The first stimulus is, what is my lesson in life at this point, and which belief I need to change in order to learn that lesson. And the second stimuli is the written affirmations, which we did, indicating in which situations we lose our center. Let's go on next to question 3, which you have probably answered by now, which says, which beliefs do you need to change so that you don't lose your calmness, your happiness, love, and feelings of unity when confronted with the same stimuli which until now caused you to have those negative feelings? So that if our husband or wife or child or parent or co-worker does not change, or if this illness does not go away, or if my economic situation does not improve, which belief do I need to change, so that even though none of these external problems change, I feel well, I'm okay within myself? That is, what do I need to change within myself in order to be at peace with myself and the world, even if these outer things do not change? It doesn't mean that we don't try anymore to change the outer world. We have every right to try to change whatever we can. But we want to be able to be happy in every situation, whether we succeed or not. It doesn't stop us from trying to change the world around us. Question 4. Why do you want to change these beliefs, to learn these lessons? What are the negative results they create in your life, inside you, and in relation to others? I'm going to give you time a little later on to answer this question. Why is it important to answer this question? Because it gives us a greater incentive to change. By seeing and by remembering what are the negative results of this belief on our body, on our mind, in our functioning, in our clarity, in our relationships with other persons, then we have a greater motive for change. So in a few minutes I'll give you time to write again. I'd like you to think, how does this belief affect my life? What kind of situations, internal and external, does it create? Number 5. Now create a phrase which expresses the fact that you are free from these beliefs and that you have learned the lesson. So this is a phrase, a positive affirmation, your personal positive affirmation. Remember last week we worked with 2 general written affirmations. Now this is your personal, based on your personal analysis, positive affirmation, which indicates that I now am free. I now am a different person. I see things in a different way. I feel things in a different way. Oh, and even though it may not be a reality at this moment, we state it as a present reality. Let's look a little bit below. Now make this phrase more essential by expressing it positively and not negatively. It must not contain words like I must, I want to, I hope to, or I will. All of these weaken the phrase. They put the phrase into the future.